Hey there, happy Monday everybody. I hope everybody's Monday went all right, or great actually. I know that Mondays can be a little bit hard. So I hope everybody had a wonderful day. Welcome to Power 30 Day 8. Wow, are we on day 8? Wow, that went fast. Today is nothing in particular I really want to talk to you about other than just kind of a big old basket full of golden nuggets, a little something to take with you along the way. So we'll go over a few little points that I think are pretty important. I hope all of you have already started working on your goals. It's kind of like somebody who's getting ready to run a marathon. They don't just get ready that day, then, as soon as they say go, start running and know how to run the marathon. Their body's not conditioned. They can't do that. They got to prepare. That's the same thing with us. Sometimes it seems easy to say, oh, I'm going to have my goals written. I'm going to write them down. Don't worry about it. I'll have them done before the first. And then you go to write them down and you're like, whoa, wait, what am I going to write now? Like, what is it that I want to do? Well, why would I want to do that? Well, so you either get too critical or you get too vague, or whatever it is. So it's really important that you start trying to break down your goals ahead of time. That way you're ready, and that way you can start actually stepping into the motions to complete them goals. You don't just start naming them and then all of a sudden become them. They take work. So you should actually put a lot of really good thought in it. So I hope you've already started that. And for those of you that are already done, well, alrighty then. You're already ahead of the game. Those of you who need to work on them, please work on them, you guys. If you have nothing to aim for, you're going to hit nothing. I guarantee you, people do it all the time. I've been a victim of that. Never really planning out my year, not really planning out what I was going to do. And guess what? I didn't really get a lot that I had planned. So make sure that you're getting your goals in. One of the things is the serving size in life. I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to even the healthy things, such as like a salad mix. Like I went to the store tonight and I went and looked at like a pre-made salad mix. It was like barbecue, chicken, chipotle, something. Anyway, so I was like, oh, I could do this. I could have a bowl of this and this would be good. It's healthy. I looked on the back of it. The serving size was for 3 people. I don't know how many times I've had a bag like that. So I ate a serving size for 3 people. So make sure that no matter what you're doing in your life, even if it's a healthy choice, that you're paying attention to the serving size. And I mean this not just in a manner of food, but in the manner of yourself as well. Sometimes we get too caught up in doing things and we need to kind of separate a little bit. Pay attention to where we're paying the most of our attention, You gotta put fun in there just a little bit. It doesn't have to be the most of your servings, but you gotta put fun in there, and you gotta take a break every now and then. I know a lot of us are looking forward to a wonderful, well-balanced 2019. The other thing is, are you speeding up or slowing down? I was listening to this recording one time, and they mentioned how two things happen. 2 things happens when 2 people walk together. One person slows down or one person speeds up. So I think that's important too. It's important to see who you have around you in your life, and are you slowing down or speeding up for them? I'm not saying it's not good to have partners or friends that push you forward, but what I'm saying is make sure that you're not just pushing forward for them to keep up with them, but that you're doing it for yourself, and that people that are in the corner also aren't slowing you down. This is very important and a very harsh truth, because it's really hard to let go of people, especially when you've had years and years of friendship, or whatever it is. Just be careful. Sometimes seasons come and seasons go, and sometimes some of your old best friends, they're a part of the slowdown, and so you have to kind of separate yourself and your dreams from your friends sometimes. Just know that all dreams aren't meant to be shared. They're just meant to be developed, and you can't share them with everybody until they're developed. So the other thing is, stop filling your voids. You guys, a lot of times we feel a certain way on the inside and we don't realize why. We just do whatever we can to avoid it and ignore it and pretend it's not there. Then later that comes out in a not so positive way. So make sure if you're feeling, low on the inside or something's going on, make sure that you just don't run into something to feel good momentarily instead of actually addressing whatever the void is and why it's there. You guys, I don't know if we just think we're really, really, really that special to where we think we don't ever have to worry about the way we feel, because that's far from the truth. We really do have to take time and see what it is that's bothering us and why, because you guys, that feeling's there for a reason. You may dissect it and find out, hey, it was nothing big. It's just I started my day kind of funky and it followed me throughout the day, and that's kind of why I was feeling that way. And after thinking about it, this or that. So you guys, make sure that you're just not feeling certain feelings with void fillers that aren't that positive. Stay positive. Take time to digest yourself and dissect that feeling. You know what I mean? See what's going on. The other thing is, pain is temporary, but memories are forever. So as I was in Portland not too long ago, this last weekend, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and fall down about 5 or 6 stairs. Nothing major, right? Thankfully, I didn't face plant at the end of that 6 or 7 or 5 or I don't know how many stairs there were. All I know is I felt like the Transformer. I could not catch myself to save my life. My muscles had like cramped up because it was like 30 something degrees. They cramped up and I'm falling down these stairs, right? And I'm like, ah, all I keep thinking is I'm gonna bust my face. Like I'm gonna bust something. Like you don't fall down cobblestones and not hurt something. So as I get to the bottom, you know, and my son finds out I'm right. He's busting up laughing. He's like, Mom, in 19 years, I've never seen you lose your balance. Well, me either, I guess. So anyway, when I look back years down the line, I'm not going to remember the pain that I'm feeling today. I've been feeling pain since that fall. So I'm not going to look back and feel that pain, but what I will remember is the memories of being there with them. The memories of their laughter, the memories of touring the college campus with them, the memory of being together as a family. So you guys, tough times don't last long. Pain doesn't last forever. And you got to remember that you can't take away the good by focusing on the bad. You really shouldn't. It's just so, you don't want to do that. Just keep looking forward. Make sure that you focus on, bad seasons don't last forever, you guys. Pain doesn't last forever. It's momentary. Bad seasons are momentary. They just feel like they last forever because they're not a favorable circumstance. So we're always like, oh my gosh, you know, oh, this year's going to be this, or this time's going to be hard, or this is this and this. You guys, it's just a season. It's going to pass. I promise you. Sometimes you have to go through something to get to something. And especially if you're dreaming big, and you have big goals and you know that you're on your way to something great, you better buckle up, because if you think that it's going to be easy to get where you're trying to go, if you think you're just going to get there and all days are going to be sunny, that it's going to be a A1 nonstop flight to your journey into your dream, you may want to rethink that. I'm not telling you to think negative, but what I am telling you is to embrace it all. It's all a part of the season. It's all a part of the journey, so embrace it. Remember, pain is temporary. Bad seasons are temporary. You guys, come on. It's all right. It's all right. Pick your chin up. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. The other thing is be 100 all the time. You guys, I've been in situations where maybe I've seen workers kind of drop down, you know, in their performance, and a lot of it's because maybe they don't have respect for their supervisor, maybe they've lost hope in the company, and you know, I read this really important key message, and it said people give up on people way before they give up on companies. So if you're a manager or you're a leader and you're wondering why your employees are starting to kind of like, you know, get faulty on you, maybe not give 100%, they're not believing in you in some type of way. You know, it's the leadership that they've given up on. And I believe that because I've stayed with a company even though I didn't like the company, because I like the leadership. So, you know, you guys always be 100. I don't care what your supervisor does. I don't care what the owner does. I don't care who tipped you off. I don't care who cut in front of you at the grocery store. That's not important. Character stays with you. Remember that. And I mentioned that to you before in my other recordings. Your character is your shadow. So basically, no matter how people treat you, no matter what comes down on you, you stay 100. You stay 100. You've got to stay 100. Be 100. Be yourself. You know, here's another thing. Sometimes we get upset at the phases of our life, but I want to bring you into one of my thought processes this afternoon. You know, when a baby's born, they don't remember the pain of birth. The mother does. When a baby starts crawling, when a baby starts walking, the baby doesn't remember all the applaud and everybody being so excited about them. But one of the first things they do remember is their growing pains in like junior high, when they start to think about their body. You know, they're going through all these things. So they don't remember that they were crawling and walking and doing this and doing that, but they still experience pain and growth later. Like my sons had it really bad in their knees going through junior high, that Osgood Slaughters or whatever it is. And it hurt really bad. And it was bittersweet, right? Because they want to get bigger, they want to get taller, they want to grow, but the pain really sucks. So again, it goes back to what I just said. The growing pains, well, they're going to be there. Just get through them. It's temporary. It's temporary. Another point I want to bring up is only pick up what you can carry. Some of you right now are fighting other people's battles, and I encourage you to be careful with that, because it's heavy carrying somebody else's battle. It's heavy, you know, if you're carrying somebody who's not trying to carry themselves too. So if you're in a type of a situation where you're carrying the load all by yourself, fighting somebody else's battles, you may want to slow down, think about what you're doing, and remember that in there, when you're fighting other people's battles too, it's taking from you as well. So make sure that you're spending your energy where it's, you know, equally met, or you know, you may want to reconsider what you're doing, because it's very important that what you put in to things and to people, that you see something come back to you as well. So if it's lopsided and you're carrying a lot of somebody else's journey or a lot of somebody else's battle, be careful with that. Be very careful with that. Declutter, plan, and prep. Make sure that you guys aren't always looking at the scoreboard. So while you're going through your life right now and you're getting ready to enter this new year, make sure that you're decluttering what you need to declutter, because it always feels good to walk into a clean room, right? That's the same thing with your life. Prep, get ready for it. We talked about, you know, meal prepping, daily prepping, making sure, because it feels better. Like if you get up in the morning and you know you got 15 things to do before your day even gets started, yikes, you've already got like, you got a lot to do. It's always fun when you can say, okay, you know, I got up, but you know what? I'm just going to grab this out of the fridge, grab my keys, grab this, my clothes are ironed, I'm good, and I'm out the door. You're setting the tone for yourself. And it's so important, because the smallest things can trigger us in the morning if we allow it to. So, and the other thing is, of course, like I said, stop looking at the scoreboard. Some of you have maybe been on a diet, or maybe a new way. I don't like the word diet. Let's just say a new way of eating, or a new way of living. You've kind of been doing that, and you're looking at the scale. Stop it. Or some of you have been doing certain things, you're like, I don't notice anything. You guys, usually we're the last to notice something great about ourselves. I'm serious. We're our greatest critic and sometimes our worst fan. So you guys, make sure that you're not continuously looking at the scoreboard in your life, you know, because it doesn't matter where you're at. It pretty much matters where you're going. You know, what are you reaching for? If that's, seriously, like we've seen a lot of teams pull out fourth quarter. We've seen a lot of unpredictable wins. So, what does that mean for yourself, that you can't do that? So stop looking at the scoreboard, because every time you look back and look at the scoreboard, it prevents you from moving forward, okay? This is scary, but we have 21 days left in 2018. So I just want to remind you to get that goal writing down, and to raise people up. You guys, I think it's important that people think of you in the most positive way. Like, seriously. If you know somebody that's feeling down, raise them up. You'd be surprised how far a smile goes. You'd be surprised how far a hug goes. You'd be surprised how far a compliment goes. I love it. Like, I find it in me to try to compliment somebody daily. At the airport, I complimented a girl on her boots. I learned more about those boots than I probably needed to know. But the fact was, it felt great to see somebody go from just being there at the airport kind of frustrated to totally excited about boots. You know, it changed the whole little aura of that era. And guess what? She ironically, the same girl I complimented about her boots sat next to me on the plane. So you guys, remember to be kind to people. Please be kind to people, even if it is a compliment. It feels great, and you'll find what you get out of that is the joy that actually comes off of them from the compliments you give them. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Remember, every day, at least 2 times a day, I can, I will, and I'm worth it. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful evening.